Have you ever felt that the deeper you think, the more isolated you become? Like the world around you is moving too fast, too loud, too shallow, while you're diving into an ocean of questions, searching for meaning that others seem content to ignore. You're not alone in this. Deep thinkers often feel like strangers in a familiar world. Small talk feels like a chore. Surface-level chatter drains you. You crave conversations that unravel the mysteries of existence. But instead, you're met with blank stares or polite smiles. It's as if your mind is a lighthouse, shining too brightly for a world accustomed to dim streetlights. Carl Jung, the great explorer of the human psyche, saw this loneliness not as a flaw, but as a sacred beginning. He called it individuation, the journey of breaking away from the collective unconscious, the shared beliefs that keep society comfortable but asleep. It's the path to discovering your true self, the one buried beneath roles, expectations, and masks. This solitude, this ache, it's not a sign that you're broken. It's a signal that you're awakening.
Why does the world push away those who think too deeply? Why does your intensity make others uneasy, as if you've broken some unspoken rule? Carl Jung offers an answer. Society thrives on the persona, the mask we wear to fit in, to keep order, to avoid the chaos of truth. Deep thinkers, without meaning to, crack that mask. Your questions, your refusal to accept easy answers, expose what others hide from, their shadow. The shadow is the part of us we deny, our fears, doubts, and unacknowledged desires. When you speak truths that cut too close to the bone, you hold a mirror to what others aren't ready to face. Your depth becomes a quiet rebellion against a world that prefers comfort over clarity. It's not that people reject you out of malice. They're protecting themselves. Your presence stirs their unconscious like a stone rippling a still pond. Jung taught us that the collective unconscious binds society together, but it also keeps us tethered to illusions. When you think deeply, you challenge those illusions, and that can feel like a threat to the fragile order of things. But here's the truth. Intelligence doesn't threaten people with arrogance. It threatens them with truth.
In every age, there are those who walk alone. Jung called them archetypes, timeless patterns of the human soul. You might be the outsider, the hermit, or the sage, a seeker guided not by the crowd, but by an inner compass pointing toward truth. This archetype doesn't chase belonging. Instead, it descends into the darkness of the unknown to reclaim light. Jung said, one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. Your journey is not about fitting into a world that demands conformity. It's about embracing the solitude that lets you hear your own voice. The outsider walks a path of paradox, alone yet connected to something greater. You may feel like you don't belong, but that's because you've outgrown the tribe. Your questions, your visions, your relentless pursuit of meaning, they set you apart, not as a punishment, but as a calling. You're not here to follow the crowd. You're here to light a path for others, even if they're not ready to follow. History is a gallery of deep thinkers who paid a price for seeing too clearly. Socrates, sentenced to death for asking questions that shook Athens. Galileo, silenced for proving the Earth wasn't the center of the universe. Hypatia, a philosopher torn apart for her brilliance in a fearful world. Nietzsche, Tesla, Turing, each saw truths too bright for their time, and each faced rejection, ridicule, or worse. Carl Jung understood this pattern. The greater the contrast, the greater the potential. Great light casts great shadow. Their pain wasn't a flaw. It was sacred. Their visions reshaped the world, but only after the world tried to silence them. You too may feel this weight. The sting of being misunderstood, the loneliness of seeing what others can't. But this is the path of those who move humanity forward. Your clarity, your courage to question, plants seeds for a future you may never see bloom. The world often silences its prophets, only to praise them after they're gone.
Why does rejection sting so deeply? Modern psychology, paired with Jung's wisdom, offers answers. When you challenge someone's beliefs, you trigger cognitive dissonance, a discomfort that makes them cling tighter to what's familiar. Society leans on system justification, defending broken structures because they feel safe. And then there's the collective shadow, the unacknowledged fears and flaws we all share but refuse to face. Deep thinkers disrupt this. Your questions, your insights, force others to confront what they've buried. In today's digital age, this resistance is amplified. Algorithms reward simplicity, virality, and certainty, while nuance and depth are drowned out. The world is addicted to comfort, and your refusal to settle for easy answers feels like a rebellion. But this isn't just about society, it's about the psyche. Jung taught us that rejection often comes from others projecting their shadow onto you. When you shine a light on truth, you become a mirror for their unexamined fears. That's why thinking deeply isn't just an act of courage, it's a revolutionary act.
So, how do you navigate this loneliness, this sense of being apart? Carl Jung offers timeless wisdom. First, embrace solitude, not as punishment, but as sacred incubation. In the quiet, you hear your own soul. Second, seek your soul family, those rare kindred spirits who see the world as you do. One true connection outweighs 1,000 shallow approvals. Jung also taught us to speak through symbols. The world may not be ready for your truths in plain words, so use stories, metaphors, or art to plant seeds of awakening. And perhaps most importantly, don't cast pearls before swine. Share your depth with those who are open, not those who shut their hearts to you. Your path is yours alone, but it's not without purpose. Every moment of doubt, every question you dare to ask, is sculpting you into the person you're meant to become. You don't need the whole world to understand you, just a few souls who do. Your mind is a mirror. Your depth stirs discomfort in those still asleep, but it also calls to those ready to wake. You are not a burden, but a beacon. Your questions, your courage, your refusal to settle, they're not weaknesses, but responsibilities. Jung said, your vision will become clear only when you look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakens. Look within. Your light isn't meant to blind others, it's meant to guide them. You may feel alone, but you are not. You are simply ahead, carving a path for those who will follow. So keep going. Share your story. Connect with others who feel the same. Your voice, your vision, your depth, they are gifts to a world that needs them, even if it doesn't yet know it. You are the light you carry. Shine on.